Change is inevitable. It's a force that doesn't wait for your permission or convenience. Every moment of your life, whether you realize it or not, is an opportunity for transformation. The life you're living now may feel routine, heavy, or even uninspiring, but it doesn't have to stay that way. The beauty of this universal truth is that change doesn't require perfection or ideal circumstances. It requires awareness. Have you ever felt stuck, like nothing you do makes a difference? That feeling isn't failure. It's the universe nudging you, reminding you that stagnation is not your natural state. Think of change like the flow of a river. You can either let the current guide you or resist it, but either way, the water keeps moving. Every decision you make is like choosing whether to steer your boat or drift aimlessly. For example, when you wake up and decide to prioritize your health, whether through a walk or a nutritious breakfast, you're actively steering. It's in these small, deliberate choices that the power of transformation lies. Many people think that change has to be extreme, making a huge, sudden leap into a completely different life. But that's not true. Real change often happens through small, steady steps that build momentum over time. Consider the idea of progress, just improving by 1% each day. It sounds trivial, but over time, it compounds into monumental growth. This principle is like planting a seed. You won't see the tree grow overnight, but that doesn't mean it's not happening. Small, consistent actions build the foundation for something extraordinary. So why do so many resist change? Fear. It's natural to cling to the familiar, even when it's uncomfortable, because the unknown feels risky. But here's a thought: isn't staying in the same place just as risky? What if you're missing out on the life you're meant to live because you're afraid to let go of what's holding you back? This isn't about reckless decisions. It's about calculated, intentional steps toward growth. The question isn't whether change will happen, it's how you'll respond to it. The choices you make today will shape your tomorrow. But what happens when those choices seem overwhelming? Let's explore the two paths that lie before you and how they can lead to vastly different outcomes. Every day, we're faced with two choices: stay where we are or move forward. It sounds simple, but this decision shapes everything about your life. Choosing the comfortable path, the one where you avoid risks, challenges, and change, might feel safe, but it comes at a cost. You stay in the same place, year after year, feeling stuck and disconnected from the life you truly want. On the other hand, the second path is uncomfortable and uncertain. It's the road of growth, where you confront fears, embrace learning, and take deliberate action toward a better future. Think about it: how often do you choose the easier option? Maybe it's skipping the gym because you're tired, or staying in a job that drains you because it feels secure. These small decisions create a ripple effect, reinforcing a life of stagnation. Now, imagine taking the harder option, showing up at the gym even when you don't feel like it, or exploring a new career path, despite the uncertainty. Over time, these courageous steps accumulate, transforming your life. Choosing growth doesn't mean jumping into the unknown all at once. It's about small, manageable steps that challenge your comfort zone. For example, if you're overwhelmed by the thought of changing careers, start with something simple: update your resume, network with one new person, or learn a new skill online. Each small action reduces the fear and builds your confidence, making the bigger goal feel less intimidating. It's not easy, and it's not meant to be. Growth requires effort, persistence, and self-discipline. But here's the thing: the hard path leads to fulfillment. When you take ownership of your life and commit to personal progress, you discover strengths and capabilities you never knew you had. You begin to realize that discomfort isn't your enemy, it's your guide. So, the question is, which path will you choose today? Will you stay in the comfort of what's familiar, or will you step onto the road that leads to transformation? The answer to this question will define the rest of your journey, and it starts with one small decision. Let's explore how to take that crucial first step. The first step is always the hardest. It's easy to get caught in overthinking, doubting yourself, and feeling overwhelmed by where to start. But here's the truth: you don't need a perfect plan to begin. You just need to start, no matter how small. That first action creates momentum, breaking the inertia that's been holding you back. It's not about being ready. It's about being willing to take one step forward, even if it's just a tiny one. Think of a time when you hesitated before starting something new: a workout routine, a career change, or even a personal goal. That hesitation is fear disguising itself as logic. You might tell yourself you'll start when the timing is right or when you feel ready. But the perfect time never comes. The breakthrough happens when you act despite the uncertainty. Taking action doesn't mean overhauling your entire life overnight. It's about doing one thing that aligns with your goals. For example, if you want to improve your health, start by walking for 10 minutes today. If your goal is to write a book, open a document and jot down a single idea. These small steps may seem insignificant, but they're incredibly powerful. Each action signals to your mind that you're serious about change. The beauty of starting small is that it removes excuses. Anyone can take one small step. It's accessible, manageable, and doesn't require massive effort. Over time, these steps compound, building confidence and creating momentum. Suddenly, what once seemed impossible starts to feel achievable. You begin to see progress, and that progress fuels your motivation to keep going. So, what's stopping you? If you're waiting for the right moment, let this be your sign that the moment is now. Start where you are, use what you have, and take that first step. You'll be amazed at how quickly things begin to shift when you're willing to move forward. Let's dive deeper into how this simple decision can transform everything. It's easy to sit back and watch others succeed while convincing yourself that you're just waiting for the right time. But here's the danger: being a spectator in your own life doesn't protect you from failure, it guarantees it. Watching others take action while you stay on the sidelines leaves you stuck in the same patterns year after year. Spectators don't shape their futures, only participants do. Think about the moments you've spent scrolling through social media, comparing your life to others. Maybe you've felt a pang of jealousy or a sense of inadequacy, wondering why they're achieving their goals while you're still in the same place. The truth is, their success isn't magic. It's the result of consistent action, no matter how imperfect or messy. When you stay on the sidelines, you risk becoming trapped in a cycle of procrastination. You absorb inspiration from books, videos, or conversations, but without action, that inspiration fades into frustration. Motivation is fleeting, it's like a spark. Action, however, is the fuel that keeps the fire burning. Imagine trying to cook a meal, but never turning on the stove. That's what life feels like when you consume inspiration without taking the next step. Being a spectator also creates a false sense of safety. You convince yourself that by not acting, you're avoiding failure. But the truth is, inaction is its own form of failure. The longer you wait, the harder it becomes to break free from the comfort of staying still. Life doesn't wait, and every day you spend observing is a day you could have spent building your dreams. It's time to leave the sidelines and step onto the field. This doesn't mean you need to have it all figured out. Start messy, start scared, but just start. The smallest action can shift your mindset from passive observer to active participant. Let's explore how to fuel that shift in the next section. Big dreams can feel overwhelming, especially when the gap between where you are and where you want to be seems insurmountable. This is where the magic of small steps comes in. By focusing on incremental progress, you transform a daunting task into something achievable. Every small action you take plants the seed for greater momentum, creating a ripple effect in your life. Consider this progress doesn't require grand gestures. Imagine starting your day with one small change, taking a brisk 5-minute walk, or swapping your morning coffee for a healthier alternative. These small actions might seem insignificant, but over time, they establish habits that redefine your routine. What begins as a minor adjustment evolves into a powerful transformation. Small steps also shift your mindset from waiting to doing. Instead of feeling stuck or overwhelmed, you gain clarity and control. When you tackle smaller tasks, you create quick wins that build confidence. For example, organizing just one drawer instead of an entire room sparks a sense of accomplishment, motivating you to keep going. The beauty of small steps lies in their accessibility. They eliminate the pressure to be perfect or achieve everything at once. You don't need a flawless plan or endless resources, just a willingness to start. Think about how planting a single seed eventually grows into a tree. Each step adds up, leading to growth that's both visible and meaningful. Now, ask yourself what's one small step you can take today that aligns with your larger goals. As we continue, let's uncover how consistency in these steps creates lasting success. Big goals often come with an invisible weight, the fear of failing, or the overwhelming sense that the journey ahead is simply too long. This can paralyze even the most determined individual. But here's the thing, that paralysis isn't a roadblock. It's a signal that your approach needs to change. Instead of focusing on the enormity of the goal, break it into smaller, actionable pieces. Imagine you want to save a significant amount of money. Thinking about the total amount might feel impossible. But what if you focused on saving just a little each week? Setting aside $10 consistently not only builds momentum, but also rewires your mindset to believe progress is achievable. Small successes pave the way for larger milestones. Breaking goals into smaller actions also makes the process less intimidating. Instead of aiming to get in shape, set a goal to walk for 15 minutes a day. Instead of mastering an entire skill, commit to practicing for just 10 minutes. These micro-actions bypass procrastination and create a rhythm of progress that feels sustainable and motivating. It's also important to recognize the emotional toll of big goals. Fear of failure often leads to avoidance, which reinforces a cycle of inaction. But when you redefine success as completing even the tiniest task, you neutralize that fear. For example, instead of writing an entire book, commit to one paragraph. Over time, these small actions accumulate into something extraordinary. Ask yourself what big goal has been holding you back. Now think what's one small, manageable step you take today to move closer to it. Let's delve further into how consistency turns these small efforts into significant outcomes. Consistency is the secret ingredient behind every great success story. While motivation might spark initial action, it's consistency that sustains progress. Think of it like watering a plant. One heavy watering session won't make it grow, but daily care ensures it flourishes. The same applies to your goals. Small, consistent actions build the foundation for a lasting success. Picture this: you decide to learn a new language. At first, you might feel excited, diving into hours of practice. But that energy often fades, and without consistency, progress stalls. Now, imagine committing to just 15 minutes a day. Over weeks and months, those minutes compound into remarkable fluency. It's not the size of your efforts, but the regularity that makes the difference. Consistency also breeds confidence. Each small achievement reinforces your belief in your ability to succeed. For example, sticking to a daily journaling habit, even for 5 minutes, can deepen self-awareness and improve your mental clarity over time. Each day you show up, you strengthen your resolve and remind yourself of your capacity to grow. But let's not sugarcoat it, staying consistent isn't always easy. There will be days when distractions or doubts tempt you to give up. On those days, remind yourself of why you started, keep your vision clear, and celebrate even the tiniest wins. These moments of persistence, when it's hardest to continue, are what set successful individuals apart. So, here's the question: what's one small action you can commit to doing every day, no matter what? Let's explore how reflecting on daily commitment can keep you moving forward. Daily commitment isn't just about taking action, it's about understanding why you act. Reflection is what transforms simple habits into meaningful growth. By taking a moment to evaluate your progress, you ensure that every step aligns with your bigger picture. Imagine writing down one insight or lesson at the end of each day. Over time, those reflections create a map of your journey. Think about athletes who review game footage to refine their skills. Similarly, when you reflect on your actions, you gain clarity about what's working and what isn't. Let's say your goal is to improve your health. Instead of only tracking what you eat, reflect on how certain foods make you feel. This awareness helps you make better choices moving forward. Reflection also reveals patterns you might otherwise overlook. For instance, if you've been procrastinating on a task, ask yourself why. Are you afraid of failing, or do you lack interest? Identifying these barriers allows you to address them directly. Perhaps you need to break the task into smaller steps, or find a way to make it more enjoyable. Consistency paired with reflection creates a feedback loop of improvement. It's not just about doing the same thing repeatedly. It's about refining your approach. Think of reflection as a compass, guiding you toward your desired destination. Without it, even the best efforts can drift off course. So, as you reflect on your commitments today, ask yourself, what small change can I make tomorrow to improve just 1%? Next, let's uncover the magic behind continuous progress and its transformative impact. Continuous progress might seem subtle at first, but it's the driving force behind monumental transformations. Imagine a dripping faucet. Each drop seems insignificant, but over time, those drops fill a bucket. Your small, daily efforts work the same way, compounding into powerful results that can redefine your life. Think about learning a skill, like playing an instrument. The first days might feel clumsy and awkward, but with consistent practice, something magical happens. Your fingers begin to move effortlessly, and the music starts to flow. This is the magic of momentum. Each small improvement builds upon the last, creating a chain reaction of growth. The beauty of continuous progress is that it doesn't demand perfection. You don't need to be the best today. You just need to be better than you were yesterday. A student who commits to studying just 20 minutes daily often outpaces one who crams sporadically. The secret isn't in grand gestures, but in the quiet power of showing up every day. Progress also strengthens your resilience. Each success, no matter how small, proves that you can overcome challenges. Missed a workout or skipped a task, it's okay. What matters is that you get back on track. These moments of recovery reinforce your ability to adapt and continue moving forward. So, take a moment to celebrate how far you've come, even if the steps feel small. Progress is progress, and each step brings you closer to who you're meant to become. Next, let's explore the profound connection between inner transformation and the future you're building. True transformation begins within. It's not about changing what's around you, it's about reshaping the way you see, think, and respond to the world. When you focus on your inner growth, everything else naturally aligns. Picture a tree. The stronger and deeper its roots, the more it flourishes above ground. Your inner transformation serves as those roots. Take a moment to reflect on your beliefs and habits. Are they empowering you or holding you back? For instance, someone who constantly says, "I'm not good enough," might unknowingly limit their potential. But with intentional effort, that belief can be replaced with affirmations like, "I'm capable of growth." This subtle shift changes how you approach challenges, unlocking opportunities you never imagined. Inner transformation also requires letting go of what no longer serves you. Think about outdated fears, grudges, or habits. Carrying them into the future is like trying to run while holding a heavy suitcase. Releasing these weights frees your energy, allowing you to move forward with clarity and purpose. This journey isn't linear, it's a cycle of reflection, action, and growth. Each time you revisit and refine your inner world, you gain a deeper understanding of yourself. That awareness empowers you to create a future that reflects your highest potential, built on a foundation of self-awareness and resilience. Your outer world is merely a mirror of your inner state. As you transform within, you'll notice how relationships, opportunities, and even challenges shift in response. The next step is to explore how building community and accountability amplifies this transformative journey. Change becomes easier when shared with others. A supportive community doesn't just motivate you, it holds you accountable. Imagine a gym buddy cheering you on, or a mentor guiding your journey. These connections amplify your commitment and push you further than you'd go alone. Shared accountability transforms solitary goals into collective progress. Think about group challenges, like committing to 30 days of mindful habits. Knowing others are counting on you creates a sense of responsibility and camaraderie. It's not just about personal growth. It's about contributing to something greater than yourself. Communities also provide perspective when challenges feel overwhelming. Hearing others' experiences reminds you that struggle is universal. This shared understanding fosters resilience, encouraging you to keep going. Together, you learn, grow, and celebrate each milestone. Building a strong network starts with small steps, joining local groups, participating in online forums, or simply sharing your goals with a trusted friend. These interactions create a ripple effect, inspiring others while solidifying your commitment. As we move forward, let's delve into relatable stories and techniques to help you take practical steps toward transformation, drawing inspiration from those who've walked this path before. Stories have the power to inspire and connect us. Think of someone you admire. Did their success come without struggle? Likely not. Real transformation often begins with small, relatable steps. Imagine a single mother juggling two jobs who carves out just 10 minutes a day to learn a new skill. Over time, those 10 minutes evolve into a career change, altering her life entirely. Relatable stories remind us that change is possible, no matter our circumstances. Take John, who felt stuck in a monotonous job. Instead of overhauling his life overnight, he started journaling his dreams and took one actionable step weekly. Within a year, he was in a new role that aligned with his passion. We all face challenges, but the key lies in consistency. Sarah, for example, wanted to improve her health but felt overwhelmed by strict diets. Instead, she focused on drinking an extra glass of water daily and walking 15 minutes. That modest start transformed into a complete lifestyle change over time. Hearing these stories encourages us to see our potential. They're a testament that significant change doesn't require dramatic gestures. It starts with courage and a single step. Let these narratives fuel your determination. Next, we'll explore simple action techniques to help you replicate these transformations in your own life. When life feels overwhelming, the key is simplicity. Simple actions often lead to profound results. Start with something manageable, like drinking an extra glass of water daily or dedicating 5 minutes to mindful breathing. These small commitments might seem trivial, but over time, they accumulate into life-changing habits. The beauty of simplicity is that it removes excuses, making it easy to start now. Take journaling, for example. Writing down a single sentence each morning about your goals can create clarity. Or consider setting a timer for 10 minutes to tackle a task you've been avoiding. These techniques not only make progress achievable, but also build confidence. The real magic lies in the consistency of applying these small efforts. Imagine the satisfaction of creating a morning ritual. Waking up 15 minutes earlier to stretch, reflect, or meditate can set the tone for the entire day. Simple actions can be anchors amidst chaos, grounding you in your intention. They remind you that progress doesn't require massive effort, just mindful steps. Adopting simple actions can even strengthen relationships. Sending a quick text to someone you appreciate or spending 5 minutes in undistracted conversation can deepen connections. These small gestures often hold the power to transform the quality of your interactions. The simplicity of action techniques is their greatest strength. They're not about overhauling your life overnight, but taking incremental steps toward a better version of yourself. And with each action, you're preparing for the bigger changes ahead. Emotions are the fuel for action. When you tap into your feelings, you unlock a powerful source of motivation that can drive you toward your goals. Think about a moment when you felt deeply inspired. Perhaps it was the joy of a personal achievement or the determination sparked by a challenge. Those emotions didn't just appear, they pushed you to move forward. One way to harness emotional motivation is to vividly imagine your desired future. Close your eyes and picture how your life could look once you achieve your goal. Feel the pride, excitement, and relief as if it's already real. This emotional rehearsal only energizes you, but creates a mental blueprint for success. Music is another tool. Listening to songs that resonate with your emotions can elevate your energy and focus. Imagine pairing an uplifting playlist with your daily tasks. It shifts your mindset and turns mundane moments into empowering rituals. Similarly, stories of others' triumphs can be motivating. Read or watch accounts of people overcoming obstacles to achieve what you aspire to. Their struggles and victories can remind you that challenges are part of the journey and that success is within reach. Emotional motivation thrives when connected to your why. Why do you want to change? Why does this matter? Reflecting on your reasons ensures your emotions align with your actions, making the process deeply personal and impossible to ignore. Visualization is more than daydreaming. It's a strategic tool to turn desires into reality. When you visualize with clarity and emotion, you're not just imagining, you're creating a mental rehearsal for success. Think of it as programming your brain for action and alignment. Start by picturing your goal in vivid detail. Let's say you want a healthier lifestyle. Imagine yourself waking up full of energy, choosing nourishing meals, and feeling confident in your own skin. The more specific your imagery, the stronger the impact. Incorporating all senses into your visualization amplifies its power. Hear the applause of an achievement, feel the texture of a completed project, or smell the fresh air of a dream destination. These sensory cues anchor your focus and strengthen your emotional connection to the goal. Daily practice is key. Dedicate just 5 minutes to sit in a quiet space and immerse yourself in the vision. Tools like vision boards or apps can also help you keep your goals in sight. They act as a visual reminder to keep you grounded in your aspirations. Visualizations aren't magic, they're a catalyst for action. They keep you motivated, align your decisions with your dreams, and build confidence that you're capable of achieving them. With consistent effort, what you see in your mind can become your reality.